Most people believe that feeling tired, foggy, or just off after 50 is simply part of getting older. You've heard it 1,000 times. Your energy dips, your focus wanders. Things that used to come naturally now feel like they require more effort. And everyone tells you the same thing, that's just what happens with age. But here's the truth, no one tells you. What you're experiencing isn't aging itself. It's a specific biological shift that happens gradually, quietly in the background of your daily life. And the reason most advice doesn't work is because it's addressing the symptoms, not the underlying mechanism that controls how your entire body communicates with itself. I'm Dr. Rachel Ross, and I've spent over 12 years working with men navigating health changes in their 50s, 60s, and beyond. I'm not talking about theory from a textbook. I'm talking about real conversations with real people who came to me frustrated, confused, and tired of conflicting advice that led nowhere. And what I've observed again and again is that the men who feel the best aren't doing something extreme. They're not following complicated protocols or spending hours in the gym. They're supporting one specific system in their body that most people don't even know exists. Let me explain what I mean. When you're younger, your cardiovascular system does more than just pump blood. It acts as a communication network, a highway system that delivers oxygen, nutrients, and signaling molecules to every cell in your body, your heart, your blood vessels, the endothelial lining of your arteries. They're all constantly talking to each other, adjusting, responding, keeping the biggest lie about aging everything in balance. But here's what happens over time. The endothelium, that thin inner lining of your blood vessels, starts to lose flexibility. It doesn't respond as quickly. It doesn't produce the signaling molecules it used to. And this happens so gradually that you don't notice it at first. You just start feeling like everything requires more effort. Your energy dips. Your mental clarity isn't quite as sharp. Your confidence wavers, not because of your mindset, but because your body isn't delivering what your brain and tissues need to function optimally. This is what I call the communication breakdown. And it's not about one thing going wrong. It's about the entire system becoming less efficient at doing what it's designed to do. Now, most of the advice you hear focuses on symptoms. Take this supplement for energy. Do this exercise for strength. Eat this food for focus. And those things aren't wrong exactly, but they're incomplete because if the underlying delivery system isn't working, nothing you put into your body can reach the places it needs to go. Think of it this way. Imagine you have the best fuel in the world, but your engine's fuel lines are clogged and rigid. The fuel can't flow efficiently. The engine sputters. It doesn't matter how premium the fuel is if it can't reach the combustion chamber. Your cardiovascular system is that fuel line. And the key to feeling better, thinking clearer, and moving through your day with the energy you remember isn't about adding more fuel. It's about restoring the flow. So, what controls this flow? The hidden system. Controlling energy, what determines whether your cardiovascular system functions like a smooth highway or a series of traffic jams? The answer is something called nitric oxide. Now, before your eyes glaze over, stay with me. This isn't a chemistry lecture. Nitric oxide is a molecule your body produces naturally. It's the signal that tells your blood vessels to relax, to widen, to allow blood to flow freely. When your body produces enough nitric oxide, everything works the way it should. Oxygen gets delivered. Nutrients reach your cells. Waste gets cleared away. Your brain gets what it needs. Your muscles get what they need. Your organs get what they need. But here's the problem. Nitric oxide production declines with age. Not because your body forgets how to make it, but because the process becomes less efficient. The enzymes that produce it slow down. The raw materials your body needs become harder to convert. And the result is that slow, gradual decline in how you feel, even when everything else in your life seems fine on the surface. This is where most people get stuck. They know something's off, but they can't pinpoint what. They try harder. They push through. They assume it's just discipline or willpower. But the truth is, your body already knows how to function optimally. It just needs the right inputs to do what it's designed to do. And this is the big reframe I want you to understand. You don't need to do more. You need to provide better. Let me give you an example. Olive oil. You've probably heard that olive oil is healthy. Maybe you use it in cooking. Maybe you drizzle it on salads. And yes, olive oil is beneficial, but most people don't understand why or how to use it in a way that actually supports cardiovascular function at a deeper level. Olive oil, particularly extra, the communication breakdown. Explained virgin olive oil contains compounds called polyphenols. These polyphenols do something remarkable. They protect the endothelial lining of your blood vessels from oxidative stress. They support the production of nitric oxide, and they help maintain the flexibility and responsiveness of your arteries. But here's where it gets interesting. Polyphenols work best when they're consumed in a specific way at a specific time and in combination with other compounds that enhance their absorption and effectiveness. Most people consume olive oil during the day mixed with food in small amounts, and that's fine. But if you want to support cardiovascular health in a more intentional way, the timing matters. Your body goes into repair mode at night. That's when cellular regeneration happens. That's when your cardiovascular system has the opportunity to restore and recalibrate. Taking a small amount of high-quality olive oil before bed provides your body with polyphenols during this repair window. It's not about the oil itself being magic. It's about giving your body the raw materials it needs when it's most ready to use them. But that's only part of the picture, because while polyphenols support nitric oxide production, there are other compounds that work through different pathways to enhance the same result. One of those compounds is found in dark leafy greens, nitrates. Now, I know what you're thinking. Nitrates sound like something artificial, something you'd find in processed food. But dietary nitrates from vegetables are completely different. Your body converts them into nitric oxide through a specific pathway that doesn't rely on the enzymes that slow down with age. This is crucial because it means that even if your body's primary nitric oxide production has declined, you can support it through what nitric oxide really does, an alternative route. It's like having a backup system that kicks in when the main system needs help. And here's the thing about nitrates. They're most effective when consumed earlier in the day because the conversion process requires oxygen and activity. So while polyphenols work best at night during rest and repair, nitrates work best during the day when you're moving, breathing, using your body. You're starting to see the pattern now. This isn't about one single thing. It's about understanding how different inputs work through different pathways at different times to support the same underlying system. Now, let's talk about another piece of this puzzle. Omega-3 fatty acids. You've heard about these too. Fish oil, flaxseed, chia seeds. And again, most people know they're good for you, but they don't know why or how to use them strategically. Omega-3s do two critical things. First, they reduce inflammation in the endothelial lining. Chronic low-grade inflammation is one of the primary reasons blood vessels lose flexibility. It's like rust building up on metal. Omega-3s help clear that rust away, keeping the lining smooth and responsive. Second, omega-3s support the cell membranes throughout your body, including in your cardiovascular system. When cell membranes are healthy and fluid, they communicate better. Signals pass through more easily. The entire system works more efficiently. But here's where most people miss the mark. Omega-3s need to be consumed consistently and in the right ratio to omega-6 fatty acids. Most modern diets are heavily skewed toward omega-6, which promote inflammation when they're out of balance. So adding omega-3s isn't just about supplementation, it's about restoring balance. And when you combine omega-3s with polyphenols from olive oil, something interesting happens. They work synergistically. The polyphenols protect the omega-3s from oxidation, olive oil and nighttime repair, making them more effective. The omega-3s reduce inflammation, which allows the polyphenols to support nitric oxide production more efficiently. It's not 1 + 1 equals 2. It's 1 + 1 equals 4. This is what I mean by the multiplier effect. Individual compounds are beneficial, but when you combine them strategically, they protect each other, enhance each other, and create a stable foundation that doesn't rely on spikes or surges. It relies on consistent, sustainable support. Now, there's one more element I want to introduce, and this one might surprise you. Garlic. Garlic has been used in traditional medicine for thousands of years, but modern research has revealed exactly why it works. Garlic contains sulfur compounds that stimulate nitric oxide production through yet another pathway. It also helps regulate blood pressure by improving arterial flexibility. And it has mild antithrombotic properties, meaning it helps prevent unwanted clotting that can restrict blood flow. But raw garlic is harsh. It's difficult to consume in meaningful amounts. And cooking it reduces many of the beneficial compounds. So the question becomes, how do you get the benefits without the harshness? This is where aged garlic extract comes in. The aging process transforms the sulfur compounds into more stable bioavailable forms that are easier on your digestive system, but still effective at supporting cardiovascular function. And when you combine aged garlic with olive oil, the fat in the oil helps your body absorb the sulfur compounds more efficiently. You're starting to see the full picture now. Polyphenols from olive oil, nitrates from greens, omega-3s from fish or seeds, sulfur compounds from garlic. Each one working through a different pathway, each one supporting the same central mechanism, each one enhancing the others. This is how your body is designed to work, not through isolated interventions, but through synergistic support from multiple sources that work greens, nitrates, and daytime energy together. So what does this look like in practice? How do you actually implement this in a way that fits into your life without feeling overwhelming or complicated? Let me walk you through a simple approach. In the morning, start your day with something green. A handful of spinach in a smoothie, arugula on your eggs, kale in a juice. You're providing your body with nitrates that will convert to nitric oxide throughout the day as you move and breathe. You don't need a lot, just a consistent source. During the day, focus on whole foods that naturally contain omega-3s. Fatty fish like salmon or mackerel twice a week. Walnuts as a snack. Chia seeds in your yogurt. Flaxseed in your oatmeal. You're building that foundation, restoring balance, reducing inflammation. In the evening, about 30 minutes before bed, take 1 tablespoon of high-quality extra virgin olive oil. Not just any olive oil. Look for oil that's cold-pressed, stored in dark glass, and labeled with a harvest date. The fresher the better. The polyphenol content is higher in fresh oil. If you want to enhance this even further, crush a small clove of garlic and let it sit for 10 minutes. This activates the beneficial compounds. Then mix it into the olive oil. Yes, it's pungent, but you're taking it at night, so social concerns aren't an issue, and the cardiovascular benefits are significant. You can also add a pinch of black pepper. Piperine, the compound in black pepper, enhances the absorption of polyphenols. It's a small addition that makes a measurable difference. This isn't a strict protocol. This isn't a prescription. This is a framework based on how your body actually processes, and omega-3s and inflammation balance uses these compounds. You can adjust it, you can modify it, you can start with just one element and add others over time. The key is consistency, because here's what happens when you support your cardiovascular system consistently over weeks and months. First, you notice your energy stabilizes. You don't have those mid-afternoon crashes. You wake up feeling more rested, not because you slept more, but because your body had what it needed to complete its repair processes during the night. Then your mental clarity sharpens. That fog you didn't even realize was there starts to lift. Conversations feel easier, decisions feel clearer, you're not second-guessing yourself as much. Your physical capacity improves, not dramatically, not overnight, but gradually. You can walk further without feeling winded. You can carry groceries without fatigue. You can play with your grandkids without needing to sit down every 10 minutes. And here's the one that surprises most men. Your confidence returns, not because you're trying to be more confident, but because your body is functioning the way it's supposed to. When your brain is getting adequate blood flow, when your tissues are getting oxygen, when your cells are communicating efficiently, you simply feel more capable, more present, more like yourself. This is what proper cardiovascular support feels like. It's not dramatic. It's not flashy. It's the quiet restoration of function that allows everything else in your life to work better. Now, I want to address something important. This approach doesn't replace medical care. If you have cardiovascular disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, or any chronic condition, you need to work with your doctor. These dietary strategies can complement medical treatment, but they're not a substitute for it. What garlic's surprising cardiovascular role this approach does is provide your body with the foundational support it needs to function optimally within whatever state of health you're currently in. It's about working with your biology, not against it. And here's the beautiful thing. Your body wants to work properly. It's designed to self-regulate, to heal, to maintain balance. It's been doing this your entire life. All you're doing now is removing obstacles and providing better inputs so it can do what it already knows how to do. You're not forcing anything. You're not overriding anything. You're simply supporting the natural processes that have been there all along. This is the reframe I want you to carry forward. Aging doesn't mean declining. It means adapting. It means understanding that your body's needs change and meeting those needs with intention and intelligence. The men I've worked with who embrace this approach don't just feel better physically, they feel more in control. They feel like they have agency over their health instead of being passive recipients of whatever aging throws at them. And that shift in mindset is just as important as the biological changes. Because when you understand how your body works, when you see the direct connection between what you provide and how you feel, you stop looking for shortcuts. You stop chasing the next miracle supplement or trendy diet. You start trusting your own experience and building habits that actually serve you. So let me bring this all together. Your cardiovascular system is the foundation of how you feel every single day. It determines your energy, your clarity, your capacity, your confidence, and the single most important factor in cardiovascular function is nitric oxide production and simple daily framework blood flow. Supporting this system doesn't require extreme measures. It requires strategic inputs at strategic times. Polyphenols before bed, nitrates during the day, omega-3s for balance and inflammation control, sulfur compounds from garlic for additional nitric oxide support. These aren't isolated interventions. They're pieces of a comprehensive approach that works with your biology, not against it. And when you combine them consistently, the results compound over time. You don't need to do everything at once. Start with one element. Add olive oil before bed. See how you feel. Then add greens in the morning. Notice the difference. Build gradually, intentionally, based on your own experience. Your body will tell you what's working. Trust it. So, here's my question for you. Which one of these strategies are you going to try first? Are you starting with the olive oil at night, the greens in the morning, the final takeaway, aging versus adapting omega-3 rich foods during the day? Leave a comment and let me know. I read every single one and I'm genuinely curious about what resonates with you. And in the next video, I'm going to reveal the 3 biggest mistakes men make that sabotage cardiovascular health even when they're doing everything else right. These are subtle patterns that fly under the radar, but they have a massive impact. You're going to want to see this. Until then, remember, your body knows how to thrive. Your job is simply to provide what it needs.